All right, so I need to start this video by saying I'm going to try to sell you something. It's not till later, but I really hate when I get roped into watching a video thinking that there's not going to be any sales tactics, and there is. So yeah, my Imagine AI editing profile was just approved to be put up in the profile shop for Imagine AI. So towards the end of this video, like I said, I'm going to try to sell you that profile. You don't have to buy it. You can skip over that part, but I gotta put in an effort, right? But honestly, I don't want to sell you anything that I don't believe in. And obviously, I truly believe in my Imagine AI editing profile, and I really believe in Imagine AI. The other thing I want to mention is there's an engagement shoot in this video with some behind the scenes footage. If you want to see that entire shoot to see how I construct my engagement shoots and how I communicate with my couples, let me know. Maybe I'll just put up an entire video reviewing my process as I watch the video with you. Okay, disclaimers out of the way. Let me introduce myself. I'm Garrett, and I've been a wedding photographer for 13 years. In those 13 years, a lot has changed. Weddings themselves are entirely different, wedding photography has evolved, and obviously technology advances over time. So I think I've probably tried every method of calling that a wedding photographer has tried in that time. Recently, I discovered a new way to call my photos that I really want to share with you because I think it's a game changer. And honestly, I have never found something that I've been this excited about. So what I want to do is walk you through my process of shooting an engagement shoot, coming home, backing up my photos, culling, and editing. All right, I have just arrived at Rutgers Gardens for an engagement shoot with Kirsten and Dylan today. I've never been here before. Lived in New Jersey all my life. Never been to Rutgers Gardens. Never been to Rutgers. One thing I want to say about the engagement shoot versus the wedding right off the bat is we're here today literally just for the photos. Right. Yeah. On your wedding day, you're there to get married. Yeah. So there's going to be a lot more like involvement on my part in terms of instruction and posing and things like that. However, the last thing I want is for it to feel superposed. Yeah. So we're gonna try to keep it as loose and as natural as possible. I'll kind of give you like prompts to do certain actions which will lead us into poses and things like that. But again, keep in mind this is gonna be a lot more posy than the wedding. Can you go back and get his dog bag? Oh, you didn't grab it? No. Good thing we didn't get too far. So before we start, do you guys have anything particular that you're looking for? Any certain poses, locations? Cool. Okay. Not a problem.
We'll need all your guidance.
I got you covered. I know some people have like a vision in mind that they know they need certain things, so I'd just like to make sure I ask that before we get going. But no, we'll just kind of see what the day brings. We'll have some fun. So right here is really gorgeous. So what I'm gonna have you guys do, you can just leave the bag right over here somewhere. And
you want Reese in this one?
Yeah. And you at any point can tell me if you want him in or out. That's totally your call. I'll let you know sometimes if I feel like it'll be better without. So what I want you guys to do, nice and slowly, nice easy pace, just walk down, hold hands. As you're walking, looking at each other, talking to each other. I'm not here, just a regular Friday. All right, go for it. Oh man, this is stunning. This is stunning. Beautiful. Love it. Guys, turn around and come back. Doing the same kind of thing, looking at each other, talking. This frame is perfect. Yeah. So I'm staying distant to give them some time to just kind of break in to the shoot itself. Can shoot this with an 85, 70 to 100, or 70 to 200. I'm on a 50, because I like that. All right, that was gorgeous. Nice walking, guys. Well done. What I'm gonna have you do is actually start like here, almost perpendicular, and then I just want you to come up and hold on to them. Okay. However you naturally would make that happen. Okay. All right. And then once you're there, you're just gonna stay there, look at each other, and then I'll start giving you some further instruction. You are gonna get your hands right around her, whatever way you normally would too. Just bring her in nice and close. All right. Let's go for it. Look at that. All right. Cool. So, little tip. We're gonna keep like building this up as we go. Okay. Love the way that you like just threw your hands right on him. Instead of bringing it up around his shoulder, keep it down in the middle of his back. That way it's not creeping over the shoulder. Boom, take two. I love it. I love it. And then your hands are getting on her waist. Bring her in. Here's what we're gonna do actually. For this pose, because it feels like you might be reaching a little bit more, I just want you both to drop your hands in the center here. Hold on to each other. That back arm can stay up.
Okay.
I just want this
front
arm.
arm.
Yep,
Gotcha.
exactly. Yes.
Okay.
That's gorgeous. Yeah, nice and relaxed. That's beautiful. Stunning, guys. Look, I don't even have to tell you what to do. You're killing it already. All right, guys, real quick, look at me. Gorgeous. Looking back at each other. Back at me. Each other. Back at me. Looking at each other. Kiss. Look at me. Kiss again. Back at each other. Oh, I gotcha. That was gorgeous. Hold on a second. Okay, I want to try something here. Okay, cool. So you guys are just looking right at each other. I'm gonna take a second to try to get this focused correctly, and then we're going. Oh yes, this is so nice. There it is. Beautiful, guys. I love this. Lean in slowly for a kiss. Stunning. Gorgeous. Thank you for that.
All right.
Wow. Oh man, this is stunning. Yeah. All right, cool. Yes. Oh, you guys are so easy. Gosh. All right, get in nice and close in there. Yes, that's what I'm loving. This is absolutely stunning. And then Kirsten, I want you to look right down the barrel of the lens. Yep. Oh my goodness. Fierce. This is so good. And then Dylan, you're gonna look right at her, give her a kiss on the temple. Yep. Ah, stunning. Wow, guys. Oh, hey, look. This never happens. You just take the lock off. I'll put it back. I'm not trying to steal anything. This weird guy in the trees taking pictures of you. Beautiful. Guys, lean in slowly for a kiss. Oh, this is gorgeous. Gosh. You know what? I'm gonna try something here. There's this technique called the Brenizer method. You know, on your phone you have like pano mode.
Yeah.
You just sweep across. I'm basically gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be taking like 50 photos to fill out an entire frame. You might ask, like, why not just take a wide photo? The lenses that take those wide photos usually get more things in focus than I would want for this style. This is a really tight photo and will really only get like your shoulders up. But if I take a lot of really wide ones and put it together, I can get the whole scene.
Yeah.
The difference is this makes the background super, super creamy and blurry. So we still get that depth of field while still getting the wide field of view. So it's like a little combination of two different styles. So being that I'm gonna be taking a ton of photos, what I need from you is just basically to stay fairly still. Don't like start dancing in the middle of this. You can move around just a touch, like if you need to shift around, it's not gonna ruin anything. But if you move like a major body part, then it will kind of throw it off and you'll look like a mutant. Yeah. So yeah, just stay fairly still. You can be looking at each other. Give me a second, I'm gonna dial in my settings first. All right, starting now. Cool, and you guys lean in real quick for a kiss, just in case we want one of those too. Beautiful. Super good. Kirsten, you stay in the lead.
Yep.
And you don't have to like be looking at each other. I just want to kind of have that connection still.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, cool. Whenever you're ready, at your pace.
Ready?
Oh my God, that was perfect. What? Are you kidding? I can't be this loud. It's like a pretty,
I don't think there's
it's like a family place.
It's okay.
Ruining people's proms and everything.
Right.
All right, they're going to the car to get some water for Reese. I came back to grab my glasses that I forgot after I put them down to wipe the sweat out of my eyes. But everything's going great so far. Yeah, I just kind of try to keep things flowing. I try not to stay in one spot too long. keeping things moving kind of makes the time go faster, and it also allows you to get into more things, understand more about the couple, see how they interact in different situations, so that by the end of the shoot you've got tons of really good stuff, rather than just unlocking what's working by the end of the shoot. All right, getting back to that car, starting part 2 soon. So this little frame right here is gorgeous. I'm gonna have you guys sit right in the center of that bench.
Come on, you can sit on the ground.
Cool. All right, if we're gonna keep them down here, what I'm gonna have you guys do is this shoulder is gonna go behind her, and I kind of want you to like back into him instead.
Like
yeah,
that?
yes,
Okay.
exactly. Yep. And then you're gonna lean into her. You're gonna just kind of lean into him. Yep, exactly. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna start with a few shots right here, just without the opening in the frame, because it's just perfect. So good, guys. Yep, right at me. Beautiful. Reese, hi, buddy. Reese. I can't whistle right now. There's a little bit. Lean in for a kiss. Stunning. As you lean in for a kiss in this position, because you're like leaning over your body, this arm kind of feels a little like off.
Yeah.
So if you want, you can like put it under his chin as you lean in, or like around his neck, whatever feels the most natural to you. But can we try that real quick?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead in for the kiss. Yep. That feel okay? Love it. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Dylan, while in that situation too, just if you don't know what to do with your hand, just hide it right in the center. Right in the center of her back. If it's not seen, no one's gonna be thinking about it.
Awesome.
Yep. All right, so I'm gonna go back now and shoot through the hole. Now you guys got the whole gist of it. Just kind of keep doing those little things, and I'll try to coach you as we go.
Okay.
This is so fun. I love this stuff. This is why I have not quit being a wedding photographer yet. Dude, this is so good. Reese, hi, buddy. Reese. Good boy. Good boy, Reese. Good boy. Yes, good boy. One more kiss real quick. That was beautiful. Reese. Reese, hi, buddy. Reese. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. All right, that's pretty good. Nice. Beautiful. Oh, man, that was beautiful. Oh, these are awesome. How are you guys feeling? We're right about at like the 90-minute mark.
Yeah.
I feel like we've gotten a ton of really good stuff.
Yeah, same.
Do you have anything specific that we didn't get?
Should we do a proper engagement photo?
What do you mean?
Like
Oh.
L1D kind of photo?
No.
Like a proposal photo?
That's a proposal, not an engagement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the ambition here.
Something.
We want to put down the save. Come on.
No,
Yeah.
Stay there. You can't just do that in front of me and expect me not to take a photo of it. You know what, guys? I loved how you looked in that pose. That was very you, I felt. So we're gonna find a spot on the way back and pull that out.
Do that?
Yep.
Okay.
You know what I forgot to do?
Oh.
Put the lock back. This never happens. I'll put it back. I said I was gonna put it back and I didn't. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Thank you. Love that, guys. Dylan, I feel like you were maybe a little bit more open toward me, honestly. Yeah, yep. And you were kind of like yeah, just like that. Just like that. That's perfect, dude. Yep. Good. Reese! 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 There he is. Hi, buddy. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Oh, man, that was so good. Stay right there, actually, guys. You keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to get nice and close to Reese. Hey, buddy. Hi. Aw. These are so good. Yeah. Well, guys, it was so good meeting you. Great working with you.
Thank
Had a lot of fun.
you
I'm all
so much.
sweaty.
Are
I'm
you-
sorry.
Guys, we're all
okay, we
sweaty.
all
It's
are.
a
I'll bring
big
it in, man.
sweat
All
pile.
Awesome.
Alrighty?
Thank you
so much.
All right.
Thank you
great.
so much.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to the wedding big time.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time.
Have a great
See ya. So one thing that you want to do anytime you're saying goodbye to a couple is fumble over your words. Just makes you seem more professional. Hi, kitty. Hi, buddy. Come here. Hi. I am going to feed them. I'm going to back up my files. And then I am going to shower. And then I'll show you my process. Just kidding. I did shower, but after that I got really comfortable and watched the Mets game and fell asleep. So now it's tomorrow. Well, it's today, but yesterday's tomorrow. Tomorrow relative to the last time you saw me a few seconds ago anyway. And I'm about to cull the photos that I took at the shoot with Kirsten and Dylan. Now there's one glaring thing that you might notice is missing from my culling station here. A computer. Yes. After 13 years in the wedding photography industry, I finally figured out that the best culling tool that I have in my possession is not my computer. It's my camera. This culling process that I'm about to show you definitely works on the Canon R6 because that's what I use. I imagine it works on the R5 and most other Canon bodies. And I'm also assuming that other brands have the ability to do this or something very close to it. So, you know your camera, you'll know best how to achieve the results that I get, but I'm going to walk you through how I do it on my Canon R6. And if anyone is wondering, this is the Mark I, not the Mark II. Like most other wedding photographers, culling has been the bane of my existence since day one. And as I said, I'm 13 years into it now, so I have been hunched over my computer literally for weeks of my life, examining every photo, making sure that I'm selecting only the ones that are worthy of being edited and then eventually delivered to my couples. And you know how painstaking that process can be. Just use AI, they say. No. Sorry, man. I love AI for editing and we'll get into that, but the culling just leaves so much to be desired for me. So if you're like me and you don't have that trust that some people have in AI culling, I have found this is the most pleasant, easiest, quickest way to get your images culled and ready to be edited. So I have my camera. On my camera, I have a button on the back that says rate. You might have a star button. You might have a select button. I don't know. I haven't done the research for it, sorry. But on mine, there's a button that says rate. So when I preview my images, straight from the card, I can hit the rate button and give it a star or 2 or 3, 4, 5 stars. So essentially I can go through every image and just give it a rating on the fly as I see it on this screen here. Great. I can do this on my recliner. I can do it in bed. I can do it outside. I can do it in my car after the wedding. I'm sure there are people out there who do this during the wedding. As you can see, I've chosen my big comfy recliner as my workstation today. So, great, I can rate my images on my camera looking at the LCD screen on the back. But this doesn't really solve the issue that I was talking about sitting at my desk being hunched over, because I'm still, shriveled up like this with my head down, staring into this tiny little screen. And that's where a very nifty feature that I honestly did not even consider for the longest time comes in. HDMI output. So now I'm not stuck looking at this tiny little screen. As a matter of fact, I can't. The output only goes to the HDMI, which in my case is connected to a large TV in my living room. So as I sit back here comfortable, I can have some food next to me, I can have my phone, I can have some music going on. All I need to do is sit here with my little wheel going through my images, the most fun way to cull there ever was, almost like a video game, honestly, and select the photos that I want to edit. What I'll do is I'll rate the ones that I want to edit with 1 star, and then any other rating really is a non-edit. So let's say I select this photo, but then I go over this one and I'm like, oh wait, you know what? It's a little straighter there. I'm going to use this one instead. I'm just going to come back to this one and give it a 2-star rating. So again, only the 1 stars get edited. Anything that's higher than 1 or lower than 1 is just not going to be edited. I keep it in case, obviously, but for the cull, I'm only keeping the 1-star images. So as I go through this, I want to talk about some of the benefits of doing it this way. Number 1, obviously, I don't have to be at my computer. I can hang out with my daughter while she's playing on her Switch on the couch. And again, I can get comfortable. I can just actually lay back, put on a blanket if I wanted to, and go through these images one by one like I normally would, except with a much larger screen, and I'm not leaning over hurting my back the whole time. Honestly, if I had one piece of advice for budding photographers, wedding photographers especially, who are looking to make this a full-time career, it's take care of your body. Seriously, the physical pain that I feel, no joke, I just had an MRI scheduled to figure out what's going on with my back. The upper part of my spine, like my neck, is supposed to go this way, it goes this way. And my doctor confirmed it's most likely from sitting at my desk with not great posture for years and years. So yeah, obviously it's my own fault, but if I had been a little bit more aware of what I was doing to myself, I might have taken it a little bit more seriously. So yeah, my biggest advice to all photographers, take care of your body, please. You want to be able to do this for as long as you possibly can, and you want it to be fun. You don't want it to be something you're not looking forward to doing. Trust me. So while I'm on this screen, I want to show you some of the other reasons why I really love this culling method. You have your highlight alert here, just like any histogram on any culling software Photo Mechanic, Lightroom, whatever. This will show you where the highlights are blown out. I'm using it right now on this screen because it's not calibrated perfectly, and what might look like is blown out might not truly be blown out, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm just using this kind of as a failsafe. Next is the AF point display. I really like this feature because it brings you right to where the focus point is if you're one of those people who really wants to, like, you know, get in there and see if you're super crisp. I do a lot less of this nowadays as long as the total image looks good, but I know there are a lot of pixel peepers out there who would love this feature. One other really nice thing about culling in camera like this is that there's no loading time. You can see I'm going through the photos blazing fast, and there's no rendering, there's nothing that needs to load, there's no computer being bogged down. There's also no notifications, there's no emails popping up, there's no alerts, there's nothing distracting me from my task at hand. After 13 years of culling wedding photos and engagement photos, I can confidently say, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this is my favorite way to cull images. And I can definitely see myself doing this for a long time. So, just to prove to you how quick and easy this is, I'm gonna cull this whole engagement shoot. I'll show you what time it is now on my phone. What, 4:16 p.m.? Can you see that? And you'll see why this is my favorite way to cull. All right, let's go. Perfect. Okay, I'm stopping here. This is when I shot a Brennizer method panorama, also known as a bokeh panorama. I don't know, do people even use this anymore? I do. So basically, I used an 85mm f1.8 lens to get the depth of field, but with 85, we're a little constricted on our field of view. So I did a pano at 1.8 in order to create a little bit of a wider scene, which you'll see through these images here. So in this instance, I have a ton of photos that I know I'm going to need for this pano, and I don't want to sit here photo by photo, one starring each one. So, hey Victor. Victor's joining us. So, instead of just one starring each one, I'm gonna one star the first and the last, and when I get them on my computer, I'm just gonna select all of those in between and hit the one button, and we're good. So, here I go, gonna go to the end of it, and it should be right about here. We're gonna do a kiss, I think, yep. Just for good measure, in case we want another key image. I'll take another one so we can do a standalone photo of that, and we're good. Back to the cull. All right, I'm done. Let's see what time it is. 4:27. So in, what, 11 minutes, I got through about 1,200 images. So just for estimation purposes, let's say it's 100 photos culled per minute. That means for a 5,000 photo day at a wedding, it's under an hour for culling. And I don't know about you, but an hour sitting on my recliner is way easier to tackle than an hour in front of my computer. All right, so now that my images are selected, let's bring this card to my computer so I can run all these selections right through Imagine AI and get this shoot pretty much wrapped up. All right, we're back here at my stupid computer. I've uploaded everything into a new Lightroom catalog. As you can see, all the 1-star images are there. We've got some 2-star images, as I said. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to sort by everything 2 stars and over, select it all, give it 0 stars so it's a little bit cleaner for myself when I'm looking later. And now I just wanna kind of jump back into what I was talking about with that Brennizer method, the bokeh panorama, if you will. We have the start image here, as you can see. In the 0-star images, you can see all of the other panorama pieces that we're gonna piece together. However, when I edit, I use Imagine AI for my first round, and it charges per image. So instead of making my selections now and feeding these through Imagine AI, let's see how many photos it would be. From the start to the end is 81 photos. Because I already know that I want them to be edited exactly the same, I'm not gonna 1-star these images yet. I'm gonna leave that until I get this first photo, the key photo, edited back from Imagine AI. Then I'll go in and then just paste all the adjustments onto the images that need them. Make sense? I'll show you later probably. All right, so everything looks good. I'm ready to send these 168 photos into Imagine AI. Okay, so I'm at the home screen for Imagine. I'm gonna come down here to my active projects and create a new project. I'm not gonna cull, I've already done that. I'm gonna go right to edit, and I'm gonna search through my Lightroom catalogs. Again, it's the one that I just closed, right here, Kirsten and Dylan. Cool. So it's got all of my photos here, 1,219 total. I'm gonna select the folder to make sure that it's sourcing all the images from that folder. I'm gonna come in here and select all the 1-star photos. So you'll see down here it changed from 1,219 to 168. Down here you'll see my cost for those 168 edits, $8.40. So again, multiply that by 10 and say you're editing 600 photos. That's $84. That is so much more than worth it in my opinion. So I've got all the photos that I want selected. You might have a different folder hierarchy or a way that you sort your collections. I'm sure you'll figure that out. I have faith in you. You're smart. It's 2025. We all know what a computer is. I've got my project named based on the Lightroom catalog name. You can change that name if you'd like. And then I'm gonna come in here and choose my profile. Now, fun stuff. I recently was invited to share my Imagine AI profile in the profile shop. That means if you want me to edit your photos, kind of, that's a possibility now. You can click the link in the description below this video to access my Imagine AI profile. You can even test your images right there on the site before you buy it. If you have Imagine AI already, all you have to do is buy the profile and it'll automatically be added to your account. If you don't use Imagine AI already, I have really good news. If you use my link to install Imagine AI, you get 1,500 free edits. Free. 1,500. That's a full wedding, edited for free by me or by one of the other talented photographers who has their talents up there, or by you. The beauty of Imagine AI is you can train it to edit your photos in your style. For instance, my profile, Pop Culture, was trained on over 20,000 of my images, and it knows exactly what I do to get from point A in the raw file to point B in the deliverable. It's instant, it's super consistent, and it saves me so much time. I really cannot stress how much time Imagine AI has given me back and how much stress it's alleviated, truly. So even if you don't buy my profile, which, by the way, I will be selling at 75% off until May 31st, 2025. So go get it while that discount lasts. There's a code in the description. Probably put one on screen too. But try it out. Really, honestly, it is the best tool that I have in my arsenal. Aside from a camera in my brain, probably. But okay, I am going to choose my profile, which is called 2024 Canon for me. It'll be called Pop Culture for you. This is a wedding style shoot, so I'm going to choose wedding here. I love having Imagine AI straighten my photos for me. It just knocks away those few extra seconds each photo it takes to make it exactly just so. I don't use the skin smoothing, subject mask, none of that stuff. I just go straight to edit. And there we go. Right now it's 5:21. I will leave this up. We'll check what time it is after Imagine AI has finished the edits and I've opened the Lightroom catalog with all of the photos done. Almost all the photos. All right, so quick recap. Up to this point, I've shot the engagement shoot, I've backed up my photos unrated on a hard drive, done my normal backup process, which I'll leave to you since you probably have your own way of doing things. And then using my backup card, I've culled the images that I took from the engagement shoot on my camera. Then I created a new folder where I had backed up the original files, dumped all of the photos that I rated on my camera into that folder, made sure it was backed up, and deleted the old unrated files. Then I opened up my Lightroom catalog. In my case, I made a new catalog. You can do it however you want. Loaded those photos in, made sure all my selections were correct, and then jumped into Imagine AI. All right, let's pick up from here. All right, 5:27 and the edits are done. I'm gonna download them and open up Lightroom. Here we go. All the 1-star images are filtered here. As you can see, it has been edited. Oop, hold on. There we go. It has been edited in my style. This image really doesn't need any editing. And the same goes for most of the images that I get back from Imagine. Like really, everything looks fantastic. All right, let me go down to that bokeh panorama, which started, here? I'm gonna open these up back to all photos. I am going to make sure that first key image is selected all the way through the last one. And then we're going to sync these settings, check all. I'm gonna probably take off like all these silly ones. The crop doesn't need to be there. Masking doesn't need to be there. Remove is just gonna make everything bogged down. It's gonna slow everything down. Okay, everything else looks good. Let's give it the synchronization. Cool. Now you should be able to see that all of the photos, once my computer catches up here, all the photos are edited in the exact same way. And when I'm ready to put them together in a panorama, it will just look like one big image. So now I just go through photo by photo and kind of see if there's anything that needs to be adjusted. I also will keep in mind that this is an important part to be culling out the ones that don't really necessarily need to be delivered. So I will also do that at this point in time. Now what I'm probably gonna do is put together this pano real quick. So I'm gonna select all of these up to this one, go up to photo, photo merge, panorama. Now, for the way that I shot it, which you'll see in this clip, I want to use the spherical projection because I started at a certain point and I went around from that point. If I had gone straight across, I'd use cylindrical, and if I was moving my camera for each photo, I'd go with perspective. Most of the time for this technique, you're gonna wanna use spherical. Waiting. Okay, it's done. Looks great. I'm gonna merge it. and then we'll be able to edit. All right, so while that is working on being generated, I'm gonna come back and deselect all of these unnecessary frames here that we won't be delivering. And where do they start? Right here. Okay. Oops, I forgot to hit shift. There we go. Zero those out. And now I've got 101 photos that I'm delivering. Actually 102 once this pano is done. But as you can see, I am pretty much done. I will definitely go through and make slight adjustments on exposure and white balance. Like here, I can probably bump the exposure up 2/3 of a stop. Let's see, will it catch up to what I'm doing? I don't know. Go in here. It did. Okay, cool. Yeah, so really, I might spend another 20 minutes on these final edits just to get everything exactly how I want it. These minor adjustments, maybe like in this one, the chromatic aberration. I already know looking through these leaves that we're gonna need some of the defringing to take place here. But yeah, basically I'm gonna scroll through these images one by one, make sure they're exactly how I want them. Again, it's gonna take maybe 20 minutes, and then I'm ready to upload. And by 5:46 p.m., with breaks for moving all my recording equipment, eating, and even answering a phone call, I'm pretty much done with this engagement shoot in under 2 or 3 hours. So again, Imagine AI is an absolute must for me in this workflow, especially 13 years into my career. I don't want to be hustling all the time. I don't want to be glued to my computer. I want to hang out with my daughter. I want to have time for other hobbies and passions that I have. Imagine AI gives me that time. And if you don't want to sit through having to make your own profile by training the model with thousands of your own images, just use mine. It's like I'm editing your photos for you. The links are in the description. The discount code is there. Actually, I'll just tell you. Ultimate 75 GT Pop is the discount code to use for my profile, Pop Culture. If you like your edits to have green greens, punchy blues, and warm skin tones without leaning one way in any color or tint direction, try Pop Culture. The contrast is in the colors, and I'm telling you, you're gonna be thrilled with the results from Imagine AI. All right. I think I've covered everything that I want to talk about. I probably haven't, and I'll probably hate myself in editing because I missed something. But I'm pretty sure I got the gist of what I wanted to say out. If you have any questions for me about anything, Imagine AI, culling, this method that I shared with you, just shoot me a comment down here. Message me on Instagram at GTPhotoNJ. Happy shooting, happy editing. I'll see you next time.